bitch lost soul, something more in the know, and fucking with the whole ones, you gon' get fucked over. Ferraris and Rovers, these old lunchy souls.
What is going on, guys? T-Dot here, and today we are back for another episode of the Chicago Cubs simulation franchise here in MLB 14, the show. So in this episode, we are going to be going through the draft and then the trade deadline, and then in the next episode, which will be the final episode, we will go through the playoffs if we do end up making it, which we are leading. We're actually tied for the lead in the Central, but the Cubs and the Reds are both leading the National League wildcard. So hopefully we can still make the playoffs. We've really been struggling. You can see here we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wins in May. So that really sucks, but hopefully we can turn it around. Christian Yelich is on the DL. There we go. He's finally off, so he can go right back in that top of the order spot. There we go. So hopefully now that he's back, we can start heating up again. But right as that happens, so looks like Danny Hultzen is going to be on the 15-day DL. And he's going to be out for a little bit. Cubs do not have a valid pitching rotation, obviously. So Danny Salazar is injured as well, just day-to-day. So we're going to throw him in the rotate. No, we're going to back him out. We can call up a pitcher now. We can call up some starter, Birch Smith or Justin Grimm. That was either of them pitching the majors recently. We're going to call it Birch Smith. He's hot. And we're going to throw him in the rotation there. And then we'll get the rotation set once those guys come back. So Danny Salazar's back. Marco Hernandez in the minors back. So there we go. We can get Salazar, Stroman, McNair, Edwards, and Birch Smith. And then Henderson Alvarez heads back to the bullpen. So we head back to the season simulation. A lot of freaking roster management. We're only 10 games over, now 11. We're on a 4-game winning streak. And let's get to the draft. We probably don't even have a first-round pick. Because, what's his name? Oh, we do. I guess Andrew McCutchen was not qualified. And these guys seem to not have that good potential now that you're picking lower in the first round. So, this draft doesn't even matter that much. We probably could even simulate it. So, yeah. It doesn't even matter this year. Last year, I didn't even sign my draft picks. That's something I just noticed. So, yeah, we got the trade deadline coming up. We probably will have a big trade deadline, trading away a bunch of prospects to make our team as good as possible as we can for the upcoming postseason. So yeah, that's not a good trade right there. We don't want to give up our closer and our backup catcher. So they probably only offer us like a potential, but he's like 50 overall, which we don't really need. So let's keep it going. We're 11 games over 500 at now 10. Games over 500. We are now 40-31 after that loss. So we're going to activate Danny Hultzen, which means Birch is going to go back down to the minors. Birch Smith, he has to go through waivers to go back to the minors. But Danny Hultzen moves to the rotation. He'll be out for 1 to 6 days. When's his next start? Yeah, he's got time. He'll probably be back by then. If not, then we'll have to have a spot start for Alvarez once again. Brock Holt is out for a little bit. There, Danny Hultzen is back for his start. So C.J. Edwards, Birch Smith, cleared off waivers. Would you like to withdraw? No, you can have Birch Smith. I'm good with that. It's all good. All right, so 44-31 after that win. We're actually on a 5-game winning streak. We end it right there. Kalish keeps active, so hopefully we can stay hot, win this division, make the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so keep it going. Kalish, stay active. 14 games over right now. Let's see if we can sweep the Padres. That'd be a nice goal. Nope, we obviously can't. So let's see if we can win the series. Stroman's back. There we go. And we win the series. There we go. So we take 3-4 in San Diego. So now we are close to the All-Star break here. See how many I want to see if Baez or Russell makes the All-Star game. I don't think either of them have made it yet in their careers in this. So it'd be nice to see one of them in the last season. So Steve Delabar is out for 3 to 4 weeks with a shoulder strain. So we should probably call up a pitcher. There's really no good relievers we can call up. We can call up Grime. Yeah, let's call it Grime, whatever. Throw him in a long relief. We'll have a couple long relievers for the next little while, and let's keep simulating until Delabar comes back. Alright, Cubs AAA have the minimum whatever, don't even care. Pedro Strop sustains something. Alright, keep going. Alright, McNair against Miller. So we are 56 and 37, sorry. And keeping it going, auto utilize. View offer. Wellington Castillo, Shea Simmons for Brandon Beachy. Nope. Not giving up our closer for a middle rotation guy. So, yep. Keeping her going. There we go. We take 1 of 3 against Pittsburgh. So, Will Myers is in the home run derby. He's had 22 home runs so far this season. That's 1 more than his total for the whole entire season last year. And he's having a great season. 285 average. Probably his best season of his career so far. And yeah, so solid season for him to start. And then let's get to the All-Star game. So there's Matt Weisler guy starting it. Then Verlander, Brian Mitchell, Bumgarner, Stroman's in it. He is pitching phenomenally. 11 and 4 with a 2.57 ERA. Winderson, Soria, Reed, Hernandez, Holland, Rosenthal, Kenley Jansen. Then you got Gene Segura, Dustin Pedroia, Paul Goldschmidt, who we were going to sign in the offseason, but we ended up not doing it. Would have been nice to have him. Will Myers, Oscar Tavares, Buster Posey. Well, Will Myers, we just checked his stats before. Then Posey, Cicchini, Eric Escobar, Cameron Maben, Wilson Ramos, McCann. Then Gonzalez, Rosario, Arenado, Lambo, Simmons, Belt, Hayward, and McCutcheon made it. He's been in 326, a huge addition for us. And then Gregory Polanco wraps it up. So that's going to do it for the All-Star break. And we'll take a look at standings and everything after this San Diego series, which hopefully we can sweep, maybe, possibly. Can we sweep them? Why is there so many of these things? No, we can't. Always aiming for sweeps against the Padres, even though they're above 500. Alright, I don't even care about this stuff. Okay, keep them on the 15-day DL. Alright, so, holy, why is there so many freaking injuries? Henderson Alvarez is on the DL now, so we're going to need to call up another pitcher. Pierce Johnson, good thing we have a ton of depth. Alright, so, we're going to take a look at standings. We're 3 games up on the Reds for the division right now. We're 20 games over 500. Then the Diamondbacks are leading that. So the Reds are still leading that wild card. So we still have a bunch of games up on that, on being knocked out of the playoffs in the fullest. But at every position we're solid, except for like catcher. We can move like Sweetheart for a. Let's see if we can aim for like a Buster Posey type. Sweetheart, and I don't want to give up any like top of the rotation guys, but wouldn't mind giving up any of these guys like Ray Chassin for Sweetheart and Chassin for Christian Vasquez and Austin Hedges, Yachty. We get Yachty for these couple guys, or even just for Sweetheart. So Sweetheart for Yachty. And can we get? Oh, we can get Edwin back, but Edwin's terrible now. He's 35. Same with Yachty. Brett Lawrie, no. Melky, no. Could we get a pitcher back? Taijuan Walker, who we traded them for Stroman. How's Walker been doing the last few years? Yeah, it was definitely a great move for us to trade for Stroman. Walker for Stroman. That was definitely a great deal for us. Drew Storen, Jim Johnson. We get Jim Johnson. So, Sweetheart for Johnson and Yachty. I think that's a good deal. Add Jim Johnson to the bullpen. How's he pitching this season? 3.25 ERA. We can send down Pierce Johnson with that. So he was up for like 1 day. And then we also pick up Yadier Molina, who we're just going to throw at the bottom of the order. Keep him at the bottom of the order. Don't want to put too much pressure on him. There we go. And we can send down Wellington Castillo. Wellington Castillo gets sent down. So there we go. That's probably our major move at the deadline. We pick up a bullpen arm, and we also pick up a star catcher in Yadier Molina. So 20 games over 500, and we improved our team. So Not much better you can do than that. So let's keep her going. It'd be nice to have a 100-win season this year, but we're really gonna need to really need to start winning a lot more games. Yadier Molina for Zunino and random. Nope. I want to keep Yadier Molina because we're pushing for the championship this year for back-to-back seasons. Why are there freaking offers? No, don't want to trade Wellington Castillo. Well, I guess we could now that we sent him down, but I don't want to move Pedro Strop either, especially for what they were offering. So Delabar's back, so we can send down whatever his name was. Grime, Ramos, Delabar, Grime. We could even send down Delabar. How's he been pitching? 2 point. Oh, he's been pitching great. If anybody deserves to be sent down, it's probably like Venters, but we need a left in the bullpen. How's this? Grime's been pitching only 2 innings, so yeah, we can send down Grime. Yeah, we can do that. So we send down Grime. Probably have to go through waivers. Yes, he does. And let's just keep going through the trade deadline, and hopefully the next episode will be the playoffs. So Casimir Gomes, no, we're sticking with the unit after that trade, and let's go. Blue Jays are interested. Theo Murphy, Pedro Strop for Singrani, nope. And final day of the trip before the trade deadline. There we go. Why did I just activate the guy? Didn't even look what his injury status was. But let's go. So I'm gonna end this episode here. We are going to get to the playoffs next episode if we make it. We are 65 and 43 right now. We should have a solid chance of making it, maybe even getting a 100-win season. But hopefully you guys are excited for the playoffs coming in the next episode. And if you are, leave a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.